Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I have another card showing you just how to use the shimmer paints in a different way. And this is the card I made the other day, and I hope that you can see the beautiful shimmer. These images come from the Dandelion Wishes set, which is just a beautiful set. I used this image here, and I used the sentiment that says, I made a wish and you came true. So this is the card, and you can see the shimmer on it. It's very subtle when you look at it, but then as you move it, it is just phenomenal. I'm going to change it just a tiny bit today. I'm going to use a different sentiment, but the technique is really cool. I'm going to use my Stamparatus for this, and Stamparatus is, as you know, the stamp placement tool that Stampin' Up! Carries. So for paper, I have a blue, balmy blue. It's a new blue. It's absolutely beautiful. This is 3 by 4.5. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, which is 3 1/8 by 4 5/8, and then I have a piece of Smoky Slate, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to take my balmy blue, and I'm going to put it in my Stamparatus right up in this corner here, and I'm going to secure it with this super strong magnet. And I'm going to place my stamps. I want the Dandelion coming right about there. And then I'm going to use the sentiment that says, sending well wishes your way. And I'm going to put that right about here. And make sure my Stamparatus is straight so that my words will come out straight. And I do want to have a little space in between there. So I think I'm all set. I'm going to bring down my cover, and there we go. They're all attached. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this two-step stamping, except it's a stamp and a shimmer paint. I'm going to slip my case back here, and I'm going to ink up my stamp really well using the balmy blue. Okay, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to press. Now remember, it's the Stamparatus, so if I didn't get a perfect image, I'm going to be able to just come right back in, stamp where needed, and come down and press. And it looks like just right up by there is where I'm not getting my good impression. And there it is. It's perfect. So my stamping is done. Now I have my chamois from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to remove all of the blue ink. And now I'm going to use my shimmer paint. And as I mentioned before, the shimmer paints come in 4 colors. There's bright copper, there is Vegas gold, and champagne mist, and a frost white. And today I'm using the frost white. So I'm going to shake this up really well, and you can hear the little ball in there. And now when I open this up, I'm just going to tip my cover over, my cap over, and there is a little reservoir of shimmer paint in there. I'm going to take a dauber, and I'm going to apply that onto my dauber, and then I'm going to come in and just put that on my stamp. And I do want that to be on pretty generously, because I do want a nice shimmer to my card. Now, if you find that you don't get enough paint that way, what I did see a demo do, she drops her dauber in there, leans it backwards, and then just scrapes off the excess, and you get a nice thick layer of shimmer paint. And the shimmer paint washes off the daubers beautifully. So now I'm going to come down, and I'm going to press, and it's going to line up perfectly because I'm using my great Stamparatus. So now I'm going to lift that up, and I hope you can see that shimmer. Isn't that gorgeous? I do see a little bit right there where I want a little more shimmer, so I'm going to go back in there, add a little bit more paint from my dauber, and I'm going to press right there because that's where I want a little extra. Oh, and that just looks so pretty. I don't know if you can see this on camera. I'm going to lift it up and bring it up right up to the lens. Now, when you do this, you do want to make sure that you wash these nicely to get the paint off of your stamp, and don't wait too long. I'm going to do it, excuse me, I'm going to do it just as soon as I'm done with my card. So there you go. I don't know if you can see that. And even though this is writing in their letters, the shimmer still shows up and it's still so readable. It's just gorgeous. So now all we really have to do is put the card together. So I'm going to let that dry just a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my snail on my white. And I'm going to leave a tiny border along the edge of it because I know that I'm going to have a tiny border with this blue one. Very thin border there. There we go. And I'm going to take a little piece of ribbon. I have some white organza ribbon, and I'm just going to make a bow. I'm going to wrap it over. Bring my fabric scissors in. Give it a cut. And I'm going to make a bow right here. Might have cut my ribbon a tiny bit too long, but that's okay with me. I can just always trim that and make that nice and snug. Come on in and give it a pull. Now I'll play with this just a bit to make a perfect bow. Okay, I fussed with my bow and I got it to look the way I would like it to look. So now I'm going to attach this to my card base. And I'm going to just use a little bit more snail for that. Center this right in the middle there. And now I'm going to come in and just cut my tails here a little bit. You can keep them as long as you want. I think on this one I'm going to go just a little longer than I did for my sample. And there we go. This one says I made a wish and you came true. And this one says sending well wishes your way. You can use this for a birthday. You can use it for get well. You can use it for thinking of you, a card of support, a card for sympathy. You can just use that saying for so many, many different things. And again, as you turn and twist the card, you can see that gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer. So there's another way for you to use these beautiful shimmer paints. And I really do hope that you'll give them a little whirl and see just how easy they are to work with. And I do have some more ideas and techniques to show you. I do have to put some cards together. I have the technique together, but I don't have the card put together. Hopefully I'll get to that soon. So if you have any questions about these projects or any of the products that I've used, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you do not have a demonstrator with whom you work and would like a copy of either our annual catalog or our new holiday catalog, certainly contact me through my blog and I'll be glad to get that out in the mail to you. Thanks so much and have a great day.